A very good morning to Dr. Maslawati and my classmates. We are from Group 11. We'll be presenting on our creative project. Our group members are Ang Fong Ni, Chen Siu Wei, Nur Zawana Rohaizat, and Tishu Min.
Our creative project is Phonics Heart Attack. From the name, we know that it's a game for phonics teaching. The activity will be further explained by my groupmate later. First, let's look at the background of our project. Initially, we planned to carry it out in 4 schools, but due to the CMCO in Sabah and Kedah, we will only be able to conduct this project in 2 rural primary schools located in Kahang and Ayah Hitam, Johor. And our target was Year 1 pupils with mixed abilities. Next, problem statements. We found that pupils were weak in pronunciation due to lack of phonics knowledge. Since they did not know the sounds of letters, they tend to pronounce English words using Bahasa Melayu syllable, which is suku kata. One of the reasons why they were weak in phonics might be because they had very low motivation in learning phonics. They always thought that learning phonics was difficult and boring. Some of the pupils didn't even know the importance of phonics. So due to all these problems mentioned, they were not confident in reading. So when they were asked to read in class, they usually hesitant and they paused frequently when they read.
Okay, here are some examples of wrong pronunciations made by our pupils. The first one is back. As mentioned just now, they tend to read words with vowels using Bahasa Melayu suku kata. So they will read back as bak, as they see it as bar, so bak. Number 2 is sausage. The mistake they normally did is that I would read it as sosage. And number 3, vegetable, they always read it as vegetable. And they would read but as boots. So basically, when they see words that they do not know how to read, they would read them using suku kata, which they are more familiar with.
So, the objectives of our creative project are to improve pupils' phonics, to enhance their reading skills, as well as to motivate them to learn phonics. Since our creative project is a game-based activity, it is hoped that the competitive and exciting atmosphere does not only let the pupils learn the phonics, but also develop interest into it.
The theory and model involved in this learning activity are behaviorist theory and bottom-up model. The behaviorist theory is a theory that believes that human or animal psychology can be objectively studied through observable actions, which is the behaviors such as playing, clapping, and repetitive action. Behavior is determined by the environment through either association or reinforcement. Bottom-up model did not consider the reader's background and prior experiences, nor do readers have a sense of the larger picture of why people learn to read. Therefore, this model is suitable for our phonics heart attack activity as it only involves learning the phonics from the bottom up, from the letter to the sound of phonics, and moving up to the pronouncing the sound of phonics. Pupils are taught on the sound of phonics before proceeding with the next stage of the activity, which is pronouncing the phonics sound while playing the games.
Our intervention is Phonics Heart Attack game, which focuses on the sounds of letters. Let's talk about how to conduct the game. First, the pupils will learn certain amount of phonics in a lesson. For monotones, there are 44 phonics which align with Year 1 syllabus. Next, in the group of 4 to 5, each pupil is given a stack of phonics cards. Then, they take a turn to show a card and pronounce it simultaneously. If he or she pronounces it wrongly or remains silent, he or she has to take the card. If all members have the problem with that sound, teachers' help is needed. Here are some photos of the game. We have explained the rules and the ways of playing to them before starting. Before this, the game involves some physical contact among the pupils, but due to the current situation, we have changed it into a zero contact activity. We will show two versions of the game later. Method 1 is the original way of playing the game. The pupils have to slap the table and pronounce the sound of the letter.
Abi, you start first. Xing Ying, take the card. Okay, next. Abi, you take the card. Next, Jenny. Next, Siti. Siti. Next, Abi, next. Xing Ying. Next.
Method 2 is the modified version, where they do action and pronounce the sound of the letter.
Okay, who's the last? Hey, let me turn, keep the card. Okay. Next, Wei An. E. A, the sound. So who's the last? Wei An, keep the card. Okay, now Junwei. G. Good. Okay, who's the last? Shamira. So Shamira, keep the card.
For the assessment part, we use pre-test and post-test to measure the improvement of the pupils. Besides, observation and a checklist are used to evaluate the pupils' performance during the activity.
Now let's move on to the benefits. The first one is, it will motivate and encourage pupils to master phonics. So basically, teaching phonics is very important in the education of young learners, as it will help them to learn how to pronounce words. It will be impossible for a person to pronounce any word correctly if the person is not able to recognize the sounds of the letters used in forming the words. When the pupils are taught phonics, they will be able to recognize sounds in words and will be able to pronounce and even spell them correctly. They will also be more aware that there are differences for phonics in Malay language and English. Secondly, it will help pupils to have a better reading experience. Most pupils who are learning English as a second language have problems in reading because they are not able to recognize the sounds of the letters of the alphabet in the words they read. This game will help them to recognize and associate sounds of the letters of the alphabet in the word they read. This will help them to improve in their reading skills and efficiency, as well as their fluency in reading. When the pupils are taught phonics properly, they will find reading very easy. A strong foundation of phonics is also necessary for the improvement of young learners' reading comprehension. So it is impossible for somebody to understand a word that is not properly pronounced. When they learn how to pronounce a word very well, the pupil will be able to comprehend what he or she reads. Thus, they will find reading more enjoyable as they are more confident and motivated. However, this activity has its own limitations as it can only be conducted in a real classroom situation. In order to ensure the activity is carried out successfully, teacher needs to be around the pupils so they can be monitored closely, especially the primary level. Thus, the activity could not be carried out simultaneously as teacher needs to monitor each group closely, and other pupils might feel neglected. However, once they understand how it should be played, this might no longer be a problem. After conducting the activity in a real classroom situation, it is highly suggested to convert the activity into an online platform as it will allow the pupils to engage in learning phonics even when they could not attend school as usual. The platform should also be easily accessed and user-friendly to keep motivating the pupils. Now, let's take a look at the results of the pre- and post-test of the intervention. As you can see, the pupils managed to achieve higher marks after the intervention. This indicates that the pupils have significant improvement on their phonics. That is all from our group. Thank you for listening.